Hi, JD here again with another quick finance car related video for you. Some of you have watched some of my previous videos will be aware that, funnily enough, 12 months to the day, I took delivery of my BMW M140. It's a 3-door, white, automatic, pretty high specification. And I've done some videos in the past. I'll put some links up to them in a minute. One was looking at kind of why buying a brand new car is a really bad idea, and I was comparing it with, say, buying a 2-year-old car from, say, a car supermarket, and how often they can be better value even if the APR is higher. And I've also produced a video looking at a PCP spreadsheet which I made, which I'm using some data of today to acquire settlement figures on my finance agreement at various different points. So what I thought I'd do today is a video looking at the depreciation of the M140 over the first 12 months and also beyond, and how that compares with settlement figures on the agreement. So if anyone's thinking about buying a new M140, it's something to bear in mind. So what I've got here is I've acquired cap values, and these are the upper clean cap values, which is basically the highest cap value you can get based on about 600 miles a month. I'm doing about 7,500 miles a year, and I've acquired them on the same kind of spec as my car. I haven't used a shadow edition, so I've got cap values for a 3-door BMW M140 3-door with no options. And the reason I've done that is because even when I add all my options, you'll be not surprised to learn that it really makes no difference on the cap value. So even though my car is a very high specification vehicle, and therefore the purchase price was a bit higher than perhaps the standard one, there's no point adding those options on when you get a valuation, because anything extra is a bonus, I suppose. So what I've got here, look, is brand new, so 12 months old today, 12th of May 2017. I took delivery of this car and I paid 31,116. And bearing in mind I got a really good discount. I got about an £8,500 discount. This was almost a £40,000 car retail. And I've been through and I've got cap values, as I said, based on 600 miles a month. So that would be at 600 miles, that would be at 1,200 miles, that would be at 1,800 miles. And these are the months going by. And you can see, no surprise, in month 1, it's dropped a huge amount. The cap value is 24,300 for a 1-month-old M140 with 600 miles on the clock. But interestingly, as we go through, you will notice that it really does seem to be stabilising. 2 months old, not changed at all. 3 months old, it's dropped £950, so quite a significant drop then. So this might be useful to use to gauge which month it's perhaps best to get rid of your car. Again, going into month 4, we've only dropped £50, but then going into month 5, we've dropped, what, £650. Then we've dropped nothing at 6 months old, and then you'll see from this point on, it's reasonably stable. Certainly after about month 8, look, where we've gone from 22,650 to 22,550. So we've only dropped £50 between month 6, 7 and 8. But then, interestingly, month 8 was about the time that I made the previous video, which I'll put a link up to, which was looking at buying a 2-year-old car compared to a new one. And at the time, I was in a lot of negative equity. You can see here, look, the settlement figure after 8 months on my agreement is 27,689, and the cap value is 22,550. So there's over £5,000 negative equity there. But then what's quite pleasing to notice, look, is that month 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so basically the value of that car today, yes, it's lost almost £10,000 in a year, even on a discounted price. It's probably lost nearly £20,000 on the retail price, but it's only dropped between month 9 and month 12 £100. But obviously the settlement is dropping about £320 a month. So it's starting to make sense. I'll show you the little graph in a minute that I've done. Now I haven't got values in between, but I'll value it for an 18-month-old car, 20,100. So it's only dropped £1,500 in the next 6 months. So a little bit more than it's dropping between what, month 9 and month 12, but it's still not particularly that bad. And then when we go to 2 years old, this was a 2-year-old, let me think, I may from around this point have had to get values on a 3-door M135i, because when did the M140 come out? Probably June, July 2016, so I wasn't able to get a valuation on an M140. So there might be a slight discrepancy here, but a 2-year-old one, look, 18,950. So again, between 1-year-old and 2 years old, it's only dropped about £2,650 compared to £10,000 in the first year. And if we look at the 3-year-old car, again, this was an M135, 16,550. So between month 24 and month 36, it's lost, what, 2,400. So about £200 a month. It's interesting how it, and obviously this is going to change maybe on the season that you get the value or whatever, but it seems to be sometimes dropping only £50 a month, sometimes £200 a month. But it's not as bad as I thought it would be originally. You know, if you're thinking a 6-month-old car has only got a clean value of 22,650, it's quite nice to know that after another year, so from month 6 to month 18, it's only dropped about 2,500. Looking at our settlement values then, so after 1 year, 21,600 with a actually, what we'll do very quickly here, let's just put another little quick valuation in to see how much negative equity we're into. Okay, let's just do that, and let's just do that. Okay, so you can see here, after month 12, 4,700 negative equity. So that would be a bad time to try and get out of the deal. But after a 2-year-old, after 2 years have passed, yes, it's still ridiculous, but we're only 3,400 into negative equity. So we've kind of made up about £1,300. And then if we go to a 3-year-old car, we're only £1,600 in negative equity. So just something that I thought some of you might be interested in. Here is a little graph of the cap value versus the settlement figure, and as you can see, the gradient on this one is reducing, and eventually, I should have done to month 48 actually, but eventually they'll cross. Now, this doesn't really worry me, because as on my previous video looking at my PCP spreadsheet, and you can email me for a copy if you wish, I can voluntarily terminate this agreement should I want to, and I'm not advocating voluntary termination, it's not there to be abused, but effectively I could voluntarily terminate this agreement at about month 35. So even though after 3 years I'm £1,600 in negative equity, bearing in mind this is the cap value, you might get a little bit more than that. Funnily enough, I used a website called tootle.co.uk, which is where you can list your car and dealers around the country will bid for it. I was certainly getting better values than the current cap value when I tried it. So this is kind of worst case scenario, but even if I were to only be offered the actual cap value and nothing more, considering mine's got a lot of options, I could probably go down the voluntary termination route and wipe out that £1,600 negative equity. I hope that was reasonably useful, reasonably interesting for you. Please comment below, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.